Good evening. Thank you all for coming out tonight. The purpose of this speech is to persuade you all to become an organ donor if you aren't already. If you had the chance to save someone's life or many people's lives, would you do it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Would your feelings change if you answered no to that question? Would your feelings change towards organ donation if someone in your family or one of your close friends needed an organ transplant? So I would like to persuade you to consider becoming an organ donor if you aren't already. Organ donors are needed all around the world, and about 18 people die each day waiting for donated organs. And these are my main points which I'll touch on throughout the speech. It's very important to understand when a person is said to be brain dead, it means that the brain is totally and irreversibly non-functional. And the brain dead, how people need to understand that and how it relates to organ donation, I'll explain later also. And organ donation is a way for a person to give the greatest gift that someone could ever give another person, and that's the gift of life. We need organ donors. Organ donors are needed all around the world, and as I said, about 18 people die each day waiting for donated organs. An organ donation and transplantation fact sheet at womenshealth.com or .gov says that organ donation is when you allow your organs or tissues to be removed and given to someone else. Statistics in an article called Organ Donation at donatelife.net says that there are a little over 113,000 people waiting for organ donations, and 1,801 of those patients are pediatric patients, and there were 28,535 organ transplants done in the year of 2011. Depending on whether a donor is deceased or alive, depends on what organs can be donated. The meaning of brain dead. It is very important to understand when a person is said to be brain dead, it means that the brain is totally and irreversibly non-functional. Brain death is caused when there is not enough oxygen getting to the brain, which causes the brain cells to die, and it makes it unable for a person to recover. It's important to understand the meaning of brain death and how it relates to organ donation. And we're going to continue on speaking about brain dead or brain death. An article written by Kristen Filipkowski at Wire.com says that brain dead people often still have a heartbeat. Their chest may rise and fall if they're on a ventilator. And sometimes it gives hope to the grieving families that that person may come back around or wake up. And some suspect that a doctor may pull the plug prematurely on a patient that is in that situation in order to save their organs. And later we'll see that that is truly not the case. Some experts believe that being that a person, the family may perceive the person to wake up if they're in that state of or condition, and it may prevent the family from donating their organs because, like I said, they may think the patient's going to come back around. Von Roebuck, who is a spokesperson for the California Transplant Donor Network, says that brain death debate is one that comes up very often. And one must remember that if you're in a critical situation, every effort is going to be made to save your life, regardless of whether you're an organ donor or not. Vital and non-vital organs. Organ donors can donate organs such as lungs, a heart, a pancreas, a portion of the liver or intestine, and kidneys. What organs a person can donate depends on whether the donor is alive or deceased. And for a person to give vital organs, the person must be deceased because, of course, we know that we cannot live without our vital organs. And vital organs that a person can donate include a heart, a lungs, a liver, or a pancreas, and we all need those. Non-vital organs can be donated when a person is alive because it's not, we don't have to have those organs to live. And some examples of a non-vital organ are ovaries, the gallbladder, or the male testes. The gift of life. By becoming an organ donor, you can give the greatest gift that you could ever give someone, and that's the gift of life. Saving a life by becoming an organ donor has no drawbacks. An article called Top 10 Reasons to Become an Organ Donor at top10reasonstobecome.blogspot.com says that most major religions, with the exceptions of Shintos and Gypsies, support organ donation, while Protestant, Catholic, and Jewish faith support the organ donation, and they view it as a virtuous act. The New York Organ Donor Network has an article at DonateLifeNY.net, and it says that registering to become an organ donor is a charitable act that costs nothing. It allows a donor to save up to 8 lives through organ donation and to improve the lives or save lives of up to 50 recipients of tissue donation. So in conclusion, my 4 main points are organ donors are needed all around the world, and about 18 people die each day waiting for donated organs. It's very important to understand when a person is said to be brain dead. It means that the brain is totally and irreversibly non-functional, and organ donation is a way for the person to give the greatest gift of life, which is the gift of life. If anyone was thinking in their head, no, I don't want to become an organ donor, you can you don't have to say it out loud, but after listening to the speech, you may think differently or you may think the same. It just, there are certain circumstances and everybody has the right to a different opinion. So I want to thank you again for coming out tonight, and I hope you enjoyed the speech.